Ever wondered how psychopathy and success could possibly be linked? Now don't get startled, it's not about encouraging harmful behavior or glorifying personality disorders, it's about understanding the intricate layers of human psychology. And today, we're venturing into the realm of psychopathy. Psychopathy, often misunderstood and stigmatized, is a personality disorder characterized by persistent antisocial behavior, impaired empathy and remorse, and bold, disinhibited and egotistical traits. While these characteristics are generally associated with malicious intent or criminal activities, there's an intriguing perspective that suggests a rather paradoxical correlation. A correlation between psychopathy and success. Can you believe it? The same traits that make a person antisocial and remorseless could also potentially drive them to the pinnacle of success. It's a controversial idea, no doubt, but not entirely unfounded. Some of the world's most successful individuals, from business tycoons to political leaders, have exhibited traits that align with the psychopathic spectrum. It's not about being evil or good, it's about how these traits are channeled. Now don't get carried away. This isn't a blanket statement that all successful people are psychopaths or that all psychopaths are destined for success. It's far from that. It's about exploring the complex crossroads where psychopathy meets success and understanding the enigmatic minds that navigate this intersection. And that's precisely what we're here for today. We're going to embark on a journey into the intriguing world of psychopathy and success. We'll explore this connection through a hypothetical story, weaving together the threads of psychology, philosophy, and reality. We'll dissect the mind of a successful psychopath, understand their motivations, and perhaps, in the process, unravel some of the mysteries of human nature. So, fasten your seatbelts, open your minds, and let's get ready to challenge our preconceptions. Prepare to delve into the enigmatic world of a successful psychopath. Imagine a man named Richard, a successful businessman, a charismatic leader, and yes, a diagnosed psychopath. Richard was like any other child, growing up in a well-respected family in the heart of New York City. His father, a Wall Street banker, and his mother, a renowned psychologist, provided him with a comfortable life. Yet, from a young age, Richard exhibited traits that were, let's say, a bit unorthodox. He was charming, yes, but his charm had a certain superficial quality to it. He could captivate the room with his eloquence and charisma, make you laugh, make you feel like you were the only person that mattered. But beneath that veneer of charm, there was a lack of genuine emotional connection. Richard, even as a child, was manipulative. He had a knack for getting his way, for convincing others to bend to his will. Whether it was talking his way out of trouble at school or persuading his friends to follow his lead, Richard knew how to manipulate situations to his advantage. As Richard grew older, his traits evolved with him. His charm became a tool for networking, his manipulative skills a strategy for climbing the corporate ladder. He was successful, no doubt about it. Richard became a titan in the business world, a charismatic leader revered by his employees and envied by his competitors. However, there was a side to Richard that many didn't see. A side that was devoid of empathy, that saw people as mere pawns in his game of success. A side that was, in essence, psychopathic. When Richard received his diagnosis, it didn't come as a shock to him. He had long suspected that his lack of empathy, his manipulative tendencies, and his superficial charm were not typical. But rather than seeing his diagnosis as a hindrance, Richard saw it as an asset. He saw his psychopathy as a tool, a unique advantage in a world driven by power and success. Now you may be wondering, how could such traits contribute to success? Well, in a world where emotional detachment can mean rational decision-making, where manipulation can translate into strategic thinking, and where charm can open doors, Richard's psychopathic traits served him well. But let's be clear, this is not a celebration of psychopathy, it's an exploration, an attempt to understand how traits typically associated with a disorder can paradoxically contribute to success in certain contexts. And it's a reminder that success, much like psychopathy, is a complex construct influenced by a myriad of factors. Richard's story is not just a tale of success, it's a window into the mind of a psychopath. Nietzsche once spoke of the superhuman. Could Richard, our successful psychopath, be the embodiment of this concept? Friedrich Nietzsche, a 19th century philosopher, introduced the idea of the superhuman, or Übermensch in German. This concept was not about literal superhuman powers, but rather about a state of being that transcends the frailties of ordinary human existence. The superhuman, according to Nietzsche, is one who has the ability to rise above the human condition, to reject the herd mentality and traditional morality, and to embrace a new set of values based on the will to power. The will to power is not about physical strength or domination over others, but about the power over oneself, the power to shape one's own destiny, and the power to create new values. Now let's draw parallels between Nietzsche's superhuman and Richard, our successful psychopath. Richard, like the superhuman, exhibits a certain detachment from the human condition. He seems impervious to the typical emotional turbulence that most of us experience. He appears to rise above the herd, not bound by societal norms or traditional morality. Richard too exhibits a strong will to power. He's driven by an insatiable desire to succeed, to shape his own destiny, irrespective of the cost to others. However, there is a critical difference. Nietzsche's superhuman is an ideal, a goal for humanity to strive towards, to overcome its limitations and to create a better future. Richard, on the other hand, is a psychopath. His lack of empathy, his manipulation, and his disregard for others are not qualities we should aspire to. They are instead a perversion of Nietzsche's concept. So, while there are parallels between Richard and Nietzsche's superhuman, we must be careful not to equate the two. The superhuman is about self-overcoming and the creation of new values that benefit humanity. The psychopath, however, is about self-interest at the expense of others. Perhaps Nietzsche's superhuman is indeed among us, hidden in the guise of the successful psychopath. But let's remember, Nietzsche's vision for the superhuman was not about exploiting others, but about elevating ourselves and by extension all of humanity. However, this connection between psychopathy and success paints a rather unsettling picture. It compels us to ask ourselves, are we inadvertently glamorizing a mental disorder that's often associated with manipulation, lack of empathy, and even criminal behavior? Here's where we need to tread carefully. While certain traits of psychopathy might seemingly lend an edge in the ruthless world of business or in the relentless pursuit of power, we mustn't forget the potential dangers and ethical implications that come with it. It's important to remember that success, achieved at the expense of others, without a moral compass, is not truly success. It's a hollow victory, a facade that masks a deeper, more troubling reality. And let's not forget, this isn't a simple black and white issue. Not all psychopaths are successful, and not all successful people are psychopaths. It's a spectrum, and most of us fall somewhere in between. But the fact that we even associate success with psychopathic traits should give us pause. It's a reflection of the values we hold as a society, and perhaps it's time we reevaluate those. Success isn't just about ruthless ambition or a relentless drive to win at all costs. It's also about empathy, about understanding and caring for the people around us. It's about leading with compassion and integrity, about making a positive difference in the world. These are the traits we should be celebrating, the traits we should be striving for in our own lives. And remember Richard, the hypothetical character from our earlier story, the successful businessman who also happens to exhibit psychopathic traits? While his story may fascinate us, it should also serve as a stark reminder of the values we should uphold in our pursuit of success. In the end, it's not just about what we achieve, but how we achieve it. Success without empathy, without morality, is not success at all. It's a dangerous game, a frightening reality that we must be wary of. While Richard's story may fascinate us, it should also serve as a stark reminder of the values we should uphold in our pursuit of success. The journey into the world of a successful psychopath has been a riveting one. We've ventured into the intriguing links between psychopathy and success, revealing that these two seemingly disparate concepts can, in fact, intersect. We've navigated a hypothetical story showing how the traits of a psychopath can potentially be harnessed for success, yet also highlighting the inherent dangers. We've explored Nietzsche's philosophy of the superhuman, and how this controversial concept might relate to the world of psychopaths. It is a fascinating perspective, but it's important to remember that Nietzsche never intended for his philosophy to justify harm or unethical behavior. Finally, we've faced the frightening reality of psychopathy, tackling its ethical implications and societal impact. It's a sobering reminder that while some psychopathic traits can contribute to success, they can also lead to destructive outcomes. As we conclude, remember this: success and psychopathy may intersect, but it's our humanity that truly defines us.